low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.
Brian Giles was Brian Giles MTG. And we're back with more Magic the Gathering Hobbit spoilers. We left off last video talking about the Reaver Cleaver, and it was in the Dwarven language. So this is what it does. It's a red and 2 for legendary artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 in trample, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker, create that many treasure tokens equipped for 3. So hoo-ha. We have Dwarven Warriors. Dwarven Warriors is a red and 2 for a 1/1 dwarf, or summon dwarves, you know. Tap it, target creature with power 2 or less is unblockable this turn. So hoo-ha. Next up, we have another card from the Box Toppers and Galadriel's Dismissal. White mana for an instant with a kicker of white and 2. Target creature phases out. If this spell was kicked, each creature target player control phases out instead. So again, ETB, LTB triggers, so hoo-ha. Also another card from the Box Toppers is Reprieve. A lot of people like having Reprieve because it's kind of like a white counterspell. White 1 for instant reach, return target spell to its owner's hand, and draw a card. So we have Elrond Moon Reader. So he's a blue and 2 for a 3/3 elf noble. Whenever you activate an ability of a creature, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. He's got a kind of beefy second ability for 2 blue and 5 to exile 2 other target non-land permanents you control and return those cards to the battlefield under their owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. So hoo-ha. This is the Dragon Horde frame of Bilbo Luckwearer. We saw that earlier in the opening slot. We got Bilbo's Burglaring. This is part of the Treasures of Smog scene box. Again, more goated cards. Well, this card doesn't, isn't really super powerful. At 2 blue and 4 for each for a sorcery that reads each opponent gain control of up to 1 target artifact that player controls. But you can steal their One Rings. You can steal their soul rings, their arcane signets, you know, all their, artifact vehicles, equipment, stuff like that. But next up is another box topper. And there was lots of cheering about this one because this is the first kind of reprint of Orcish Bowmaster. Now, the box toppers are very limited, so you only get one of them in either the collector boosters or the play boosters. And I think you get them in bundles as well. But it's a black and one for a 1/1 Orc Archer with Flash. When it enters and whenever an opponent draws a card except for the first one they draw each turn, each of their draw steps, this creature deals 1 damage to any target. You amass Orcs 1. And here's your Goblin Army token card. Next up is Dragon's Desire, another card from the Schmog Scene box. So 2 red and 2. Source it reads, add 1 red mana for each artifact your opponents control. Now there's ways to make your opponents get artifacts. There's stuff that you can make the Power Stones. Your opponents can Power Stones. My personal favorite is Blood Vial Purveyor, because whenever they cast a spell, they get a blood token, and Blood Vial Purveyor gets more powerful on attack from each blood token. This pairs very well with the new Sting. So hoo-ha. We have Call Forth the Tempest. This is a very powerful card. Yeah, it's worth every bit of this 8 mana, 3 red and 5 for a sorcery with Cascade, double Cascade, and it deals damage to each creature your opponents control equal to the total mana value of other spells you've cast this turn. Yeah, more spells. Next up, we have Necklace of Girion. A green and 2 for a legendary artifact. Whenever you cast a green spell, and whenever a forest you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Tap it to add a green mana. So not only is it a mana rock, but you get bonuses for casting green spells and playing forests. Yeah, green players, yeah, that's what they want. More green stuff. Next up is the Smog we all wanted. Not Smog the Magnificent, but Smog the Impenetrable. He's beefy at black, a red, and 5, but he's an 8/7 with flying, indestructible, and haste. Whenever Smog is dealt non-combat damage, create that many treasure tokens. I mean, there is so much that you can do. I mean, Pain for All, Brash Taunter, all kinds of different fight spells. Your opponent has a big Eldrazi. I'm going to create that many treasure tokens, or like a pain for all. What is that? What we call the space battleship Yamato from Star Blazers. The one from Edge of Eternities. That's when you crew it up, it's like you can hit for damage, 100 damage to a creature. Yeah, I just created 100 treasure tokens. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Then we have Flame of Anor, which was a card that went up for a while because of some things. So it's a blue, a red, and 1 for an instant that reads. You can choose one. If you control a wizard, you can, as you cast the spell, you may choose to instead. Now, with what we know of what's upcoming, this is going to be a dilemma, with the upcoming Star Trek set. So again, dilemmas. It cares about wizards because we're going to care a lot about wizards in this set. So Yahoo! So you can choose the target player draws 2 cards. You can destroy a target artifact, or it deals 5 damage to target creature. We got Long Lost Lances. 2 generic mana for an artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +2/+0. During your turn, creatures you control that are equipped have first strike and vigilance. And it equips for 2. So not a bad piece of equipment. I like it. We got Dragon Cursed Hall. So it's a land that you can tap to add a colorless, or pay 1 and tap it until end of turn. Whenever target creature gains, whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, create a treasure token. So Bilbo, he comes into the hall, he's unblockable, create a treasure token. Dwarves with trample. Stuff with flying. And then we got some more from the scene box in Rivendell. It enters tapped unless you control a legendary creature. Tap to add a blue, or pay a blue and 1 to scry 2. Activate only if you control a legendary creature. The Shire, it enters tapped unless you control a legendary creature. Tap to add a green, and pay a green and 1. Tap it. Tap and untap creature you control to create a food token. So hoo-ha! That should be it. That is it. Again, this is going to be a little bit of a shorter video. I did have a longer video earlier, so we're going to say hoo-ha. We'll see you on the next video.